Hi guys, for today's Pick a Crystal, we're going to be discussing your childhood wounds, which you can find every time without fail. Sorry for the noise. Which you can find in your natal chart under the asteroid Chiron. How you can better understand this and the healing that should take place in your life is what house placement it falls under and under which sign. This can help you better understand possibly specific storylines that maybe happened during childhood that you could have, on some type of subconscious level blocked out. And somehow this Chiron placement affects you to this day. It could affect you in the way you handle, problems in your life, or the way you communicate, or just the way you go about things, and you may not even realize it. So just to give you a little background knowledge, Chiron stems back from Greek mythology. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, basically the teacher of like spirituality and healing and how to heal oneself. He was known for healing, I think it was like all the I don't want to botch it up, but I think I'm about to. Like the the superheroes back in Greek mythology, like Hercules and the warriors, pretty much. Like he would teach them how to heal. And this is because he was abandoned when he was born from his parents and was taken under guardianship, I believe, of Apollo, which is known as the god of light or god of enlightenment. So Chiron ended up getting, I believe it was a bowing arrow of poison shot into him, and he's half horse, half human. But he was, I believe, a god at that time, but he was in so much pain that he asked to become mortal so he could die. So basically the point of the story is that he got wounded himself and he couldn't heal himself. So Chiron, where it is in your chart, it's where you're supposed to heal yourself. And it's usually hard, very hard. And it's sometimes kind of like the wound that never goes away. It's more just like how you can acknowledge it and how to work with it and not be triggered by it. It's like a thing that you just have to learn about within yourself and how it affects you and how you can not let it affect you in negative ways. So basically, let me see, I wrote this down. It's about our inner wounds. It's where our vulnerability is, our insecurities lie. It's where one would consider where we're weak. But when we heal this, we're able to heal others because we understand what that pain is like because we've been through it. So Chiron is the asteroid that orbits around Saturn and Uranus. So those of you that don't know, Saturn's energy is, to focus on the flaws and pessimistic and putting up boundaries in your life. It makes you focus on the things you don't want to focus on, pretty much, so that way you could rise above it. Remember, Saturn's a strict father that makes you better yourself. So when you heal this and when you realize what your inner wounds are, you then are able to come into that Uranus energy, which is how you technically rebel in this life. It helps you liberate yourself, liberate humanity, and live in a progressive type of way. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's basically an obstacle that we put energy into, and we have to consciously put work into it so we can, not do that because it's not a positive energy. So yeah, I figured we would do that, talk about that. So pile one, if you feel like these crystals resonate with you, feel free to fast forward. by clicking the link below to pile 1. Pile 2, if you feel like these crystals resonate with you, feel free to click the link to pile 2 below. I do want to say that I did meditate on it. And what I was picking up on is that like once you face, it's funny because it's exactly what, what you'll find yourself if you look into it, that once you face your shadow, once you go into the dark, even without the light, without knowing where it is, it's like you walk out with so much confidence because it's like you have a better understanding as to who you are and why you do the things you do, and forgiving yourself for that because your soul knew no better at that time. And when you do this, when you figure out what these wounds are, something was coming through about the yin yang energy. And so I looked into this, and this is about that balancing act, balancing your light and shadow attributes. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. All right, so pile 1. First question I'm going to ask is, how did the childhood you had affect you in a way that does not serve you now? Okay, so regarding your childhood, what are the things that do not serve you now? These are obviously shadowy traits. Something in childhood that happened and how it affects you now. How does this affect you now? Whatever happened, what does it affect in your life? Ooh. Sorry. Okay, let's pull one more. That sucks. And they're not pretty. Courage. Ugh, it sucks. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers. All right, so how does this affect you personally? So let's go to commitment. How does this in your life affect you now? Ooh. Buffalo soldier. All right, courage. How does this affect you now? Deer. Roar. That's what instinctively, that's what I thought. Okay. So, and then we'll get to the positivity after. So let's, I feel like this could be a bit triggering. So let's see. Okay, pile 1. Let's see if I can focus on just this first. All right. So whatever happened during childhood, it affects either your outlook or the way you behave. And this is the way in which you behave. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to start channeling. What exactly affects pile 1, and how does this affect them now? Something's moving very slowly. I'm definitely seeing a face that's half black, half white. I'm seeing duality, like somebody behind somebody and looking over their left shoulder behind their back, looking over their right shoulder behind their back, going back and forth, like double checking something, like you're looking for something, like where is it? And this person in front of you is just like allowing it. Wait, somebody's on their phone. It's like a dark room and the cell phone's lit up. I don't like that sunglasses are on. That means something's not being seen through us. You know what I mean? Like it's an inner issue. It's an inner thing. It's not that It's just that it's something we're not seeing when we are wearing the sunglasses. I have to be honest, I don't know who was on their phone though. I was trying to make it out if it was you or the person you were. There's something about like somebody's holding, not holding, but like let's just say a street light, you know, but no, wait, not a street light, like those old school lights that are on the sidewalks. Sometimes they kind of look antiquish. It's like someone holds on to this and goes around in a circle, like a pole, but like in a very patient way. I feel like, I don't think this is you. Oh my gosh. I feel like you were the pole. And it's like, because I'm saying that because hands came out as if this pole is a person. And it's like they're taking the person and they're like bringing them closer to them to observe or something like that, like to because your trust and your loyalty, there's something that runs really, really deep, and I see it in you, like really, really deep, but it's like it's almost like it has to be earned. So it's like you put this big thing on, like this pole. It's like a costume, and you're in the pole, and it's like you are not giving this until you know, until you're sure of something. It's because you have so much love to give. There's something about just like, but there's something that runs like dark and deep about this. I'm getting these duality energies within you about this topic. Like it's like, yeah, half black, half sorry, it's so funny how that yin yang came through, and it's coming through now. It's like you don't, I'm gonna open my eyes. Okay, it's like there's like kind of like the yin yang version. It's like you have issues with balancing, with this balancing act. Remember I said I'm like picking up on this duality. I love that this is dark and this is light. It's like your shadowy traits come out when it comes to commitment, because like you do shadowy things in order to give your love. But it's like in the process, it's like it can be hurtful, what these things you do. There's like something on this white bird. I feel like it's not going to pick up on it, but it looks like a band-aid. And I know it's really not, but I feel like it's symbolic of what you do. Because it's like this person you were watching, it was like, you know, and then you grabbed them from behind. It's like you're always doing something behind their back to make sure. And it's like maybe these people are aware of what you do, and they kind of just accept it, knowing that like you do these certain things to protect yourself. But then somehow it's like you hurt them in the end. I'm going to say it's because you probably don't end up giving this. And it was in hopes that you would. That makes me so sad. Okay, Buffalo. Grounded yet heavily, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time. And may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting, pure presence. When out of balance, restless, lacks gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer, Bhakti. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. So I feel like it's like the hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet it's like not moving, but almost wanting to move on something. You know what I mean? When it comes to love, it's like you want to because you have so much to give, but you can't. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. It's almost like may we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time. And may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting, pure presence. It's like there was no trust. I almost feel like it's coming straight forward because it's like, this is what's so important for you. Like, this is what you're looking for. Oh, wait, didn't I say it's deep within you. But it's like, it's a little confusing because it's, so, okay, I'm just going to go off of like intuition right now. So when I see this card, the buffalo, I think of Taurus energy. I think of stubborn. And the first line within the description of the book is the hooves are in the ground. It's almost as if like you have this pattern of doing something and you're sticking to it because you feel like it protects you. But it's like it really doesn't. It holds you back. And it's hurtful to others. All right. Courage and the deer. All right. Lots of earth energy. Okay, courage. What is this and how does it affect you? So it's like I'm seeing somebody walk backwards into something new, but a little dark. And it's like they're walking around in the crops, high crops. And they're walking around and there's somebody in the crops. on their phone watching something. Watching the watching. It's so weird. It's like, I don't know how this makes sense, but it's like this person is doing something. It's like they're stepping into the unknown, something big, and you're there, but it's like you're there in secret, and then you're on your phone. You're not even present. You're on your phone, almost watching what the person's doing, but then all of a sudden, we zoom into the screen of your phone, and it's almost like you envision yourself with them on this journey of something big. Oh my God, wait. Having the strength to embark on something that piques your interest. But again, there's like this very untrusting, strategic type of thing. It's like fox energy, watching, strategizing. And somehow this stems from childhood. Like and it's related to commitments, relationships. It's like you don't just jump in. Okay, let's go to Deer. Loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. The deer represents the feminine aspects of earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates, and a sense of grace calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When in balance, receptive, compassionate, nurturing. When out of balance, concerned, protective. To bring into balance, nature, children. Sorry. Oh, now I'm seeing the messages. So it's like, what wounds do you have that stem from Chiron? It's commitment with people, with relationships, and having the courage to embark on something new. And how this affects you. Okay, I see what's going on now. So it's like receptive, compassionate, nurturing. It's like these two energies exist within you, but it's like you hide them, you don't show them. It's almost like you are currently showing the when out of balance energy within these cards, but they're coming through straightforward because it's not who you really are. You're actually this. Wow, I like that. See, you see right there, that's why it's worth doing the work, because that's who you really are. And I guarantee you, if you show that and you stop being, no offense, but like deceptive. You're not showing who you are because you're afraid of getting hurt. You're afraid of letting your guard down. And maybe this is what happened. Or maybe you saw this. Maybe you witnessed this. Maybe you were told this. And it's like, that's not true. You just have to be, it's like I was about to say, you just have to be clear on your boundaries, and if it vibes right with this person. And it's like you're trying to figure out if it vibes right by being like, by doing things in secret. And it's like, that's an energy that people are picking up on. I was picking up on this. It's almost like, what's that thing? Who does this? I don't know. I'm going to give a bad example because I can't think of the animal right now. But it's like, if a dog is coming up to me to smell me, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to make a fast move. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stand there, let the dog smell me, and gently put my hand out so it doesn't attack me. Because I see and I know that it's an animal at the end. It's like what you're doing is kind of like very animalistic. I don't even know if that's a word, to be quite honest with you. I may have just made that up. But it's like, and the reason I say that is because it's coming from like a survival mode. You know, it's like, it's survival mode. Survival of the fittest, you know? It's like you think this way helps you from preventing people from coming in, from like breaking your heart or something like that. And it's like you're actually breaking your own heart because you're starting something with no trust, and therefore you're manifesting a no trusting energy back. So it's like, whatever this is, whatever this stems from in your childhood, you know, like, I think back to my childhood, and now I remember now, it's like, people will hurt you in this life. You always got to keep an eye out. And it's like that, things like that. It's like, it's hard to remember. There's a lot of things in my childhood that happened that people told me didn't happen, you know? And I'm like, and now I remember having these conversations as a child saying like, no, this happened, this happened, this happened. Don't you remember? And, you know, they would deny it. They'd be like, no, that never happened. That never happened. And I think back now, and now it's not that they were deliberately lying to me. One of my uncles who used to babysit me, he was drunk half the time. Literally, he's been in AA for like 20 years now. This is why he doesn't remember the shitty things he did to me. And I don't mean like anything physical or anything, but just dumbass stuff like taking apart a Barbie doll in front of me while I'm screaming, crying, saying, stop, stop, stop. That does something to a child when their brain hasn't fully developed growing. And then it does even more damage when you're talking about it and then they deny your truth. They say, that never happened. And it's like, what? I was screaming, crying. That most certainly happened. And it's like, no, I think you're being a little over dramatic. And then it's like, well, that kind of matches up with my personality. So it's like, it kind of looks true, you know? So then it's like, I have this thing where it's like, I'm a liar. And it's like, no, fucker, that really happened. You really did something there. Or it's just like me and my cousin, I really used to get beat up and nobody believed me. And it's like, when does somebody believe me? So to find this, you may have to, if you don't automatically know where this stems from childhood, it's like sometimes you really got to think back. Like, what were these things, whoever was around you growing up, what were these things they always said? Or what was the belief system they made you believe about this? Or did you see people betraying people all the time, being deceptive, being shady? There's something about this that came from your childhood. And what will help you possibly is looking at the house placement it falls under and under what zodiac sign. It may help your memory, because sometimes we block out shit. I really forgot about the Barbie doll thing, and I'm like, oh my God, that poor little girl. That poor little girl. When in balance, trusting. So it's like, this affects you. You don't trust. You don't trust. That stems from childhood. So maybe people betrayed your trust, or you saw people betraying your trust or betraying other people's trust. People told you not to trust. This, receptive, compassionate, nurturing. You may have been told to not show emotions. Maybe showing emotions makes you weak. So it's like you keep it inside, but I saw all the love that you had. That sucks. Okay, so we're not going to leave it on that shitty note. Let's talk about how can you heal this? Well, before we get into that, let's do this. How can you heal this? How can you heal? Oh, okay. No. We're not. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, pile one. Nope. One. Just the one. Oh, I feel like that wanted to come out. Trust the universe. What the fuck is pile one supposed to do with that? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hopefully you guys get my sense of humor. Okay. Wait, what were the questions? Hold on. Oh, how can you heal this? Sorry. How can pile one heal this? Ooh. Ugh. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels. You know, your 90-degree angle specifically. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. Vanessa, to make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? You know what's funny? You know what I love about spirit guides and angels? It's like they're always saying, ask for help, child. Ask for help. Ask for guidance. And then you do, and they just answer your question with another question. Which way takes me away from it? Vanessa, we went to you for help. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. They do help. They get you thinking. Okay, so I'm sorry. What did we ask? How can you heal this? Okay, how can you heal this? Oh, how can you heal this? I keep saying it so I don't forget, and it's such an easy question. I'm so sorry. How can you heal this? Okay, so I'm going to channel. How can pile one heal this? I could put, okay, I feel good. How could pile one heal this? This is cool. I'm seeing you look at like an old school map, and it definitely has to do with the cosmos, but there's definitely a message within this. You're holding it up so high that it covers the cosmos. So it's almost like, wait, there's something behind your head too. I'm seeing something radiate. I feel like it's tons of people, tons and tons of people. And there's something in the middle, like, I feel like it's a heart. It's on your back. It was like in the back of your head, but now it's on your back. And I see a ring in the middle now where your heart was. So it's like, commit. Commit to opening your eyes. I see that. I'm seeing a timer in your eyes. And things changing, things moving. I almost feel like I'm seeing a lifesaver. Is that what they call those? I feel like I've seen this before. With like lifeguards. Lifeguards. So it's like just give it time to trust the universe. Like maybe you don't know where you're going. or maybe you don't know where like this is going, some type of current energy you're feeling, but it's like you just have to have trust because it's going to take time, but you get saved. I hope that makes sense. But I see a lot of light. Like, I feel like, oh, the back, the universe has your back. I'm like, I'm seeing all these people, I'm seeing commitment and love, and it's like, maybe this is what's not happening right now, but it's like, it's almost like because you're blocking your own blessings, because you're holding this, like, this old school map, you're holding it up so high, you're blocking the universe. It's like, again, it comes back to trust. It comes back to trust. Pile 1, there is a huge message about trust. That's probably in your, you know what? It's probably in your natal chart. I feel like that comes through so strong for pile 1. It's like, I'm going to open my eyes. I'm just going to keep it real right now. It's like pile 1, the energy is always coming through, always in the shadows, always doing this, not trusting, doing things that don't work in your favor. Like with this non-trusting energy, it's like there's a huge message here that almost as if like that's your karma in this life is something you have to work through. Like that isn't working for you. It's just not working. And I feel like it sounds so straightforward, right? Like, okay, so like you not trusting people isn't working out for you. So you just like, you got to be open. You got to trust people. And I get that. I literally get that in the core of my fucking bones. But it's like, it's almost as if like your spirit guides, your higher self is telling you that it's like, we got you, but you have to get us. Like we're speaking to you and you're not listening. You're hearing, but you're not listening. And it's like, just fucking listen. Just listen and give them a chance. Like, test this out. Test it. But you have to know your audience. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the hard part, right? That's where karma comes in. It's like, you have to put work into this. This is something you have to put work into. Because this is what comes naturally to you, right? I guarantee you your Chiron, your Saturn. Why am I at a loss for words? Why can't I think of it right now? I just guarantee you, your chart is screaming, you don't trust. You don't trust. That is considered to be a negative quality. The negative qualities within our signs, like for example, Aries, impatience. I'm meant to gain patience in this life. That is the most simplest way I can tell you what our karmic lessons are without the channeling part coming through where it's like, okay, but listen, this isn't here, but let me tell you what the details are. You know what I mean? Like that, I guarantee you're going to see that. It's going to keep popping up because it's such a strong energy that you hold, and it's like it's self-sabotage. You're at the end of a cycle in your life. Okay, so something is happening that puts you in this, this uncomfortable feeling. Call upon your angels to comfort you now and to guide you to your next step. So you may be getting signs and then it's like you don't even trust the signs. You may be that person that's like, I know I just asked for this and I know you're showing it to me, but it's a coincidence. You know, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but maybe something within that same similar energy. To make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? So I would say to you, the things that make you uncomfortable, that is Saturn's energy. That is literally probably all the negative things that are in your chart that you're meant to work through and no longer act on. Like the trust, if you have a sign in your chart that says it's not easy for you to trust, you know, which a lot of us have, okay? It's going to make you uncomfortable to trust. It's the best way I can put it. And then it's like when you do this, okay, when you do this thing that the universe is like screaming at you to do, they reward you, they give you more gifts. And when I say gifts, maybe it'll be more awareness as to who can get this energy from you. Because that's your fear at the end of the day, right? Giving yourself. And also something about showing it as well. Okay. Last question. What have you learned from childhood that can help others? I like that one. Thanks. I'm just kidding. Cuckoo. What have you learned from childhood that can help others? And this is why people have trouble with Aries. What have you learned from childhood that can help others? Pope Joan, the pontiff of possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is Sorry, I'll stop. Okay. What did we ask? What have you learned from childhood that can help others? The possibilities are limitless. I like that. That's a manifester. It's got magic written all over it. The possibilities are limitless because the soul and spirituality. It's so funny because it doesn't line up with the shadow. But that makes sense, right? Like this is your light we're talking. But it's like this is what's supposed to take over because this is strong. That's strong energy right there. The possibilities are limitless. That is a true magician because the soul is limitless. Damn straight. And if I could just get one card, just the one. Just the one. How can pile one help others? Wait. No, what have you learned from childhood that can help others? Holy shit. What have you learned from childhood that can help others? What have you learned from childhood that can help others? Oh. Oh, I don't know. Larimar? Okay. So let's just get these out. Ready to go after I channel. 19. Okay, and then Pope June. Oh, here we go. Cool. Okay, chat. Wait. What have you learned from childhood that could help others? Okay, what have you learned? I'm getting this energy of like, oh, that makes sense. The wounded soldier, like the wounded, I forgot if that's a phrase. I feel like it is, but it's like I'm getting this head of the army type of thing, but within light. So it's like I'm picking up on this. You can do this. You got this. You know you're good at this. You got this. Come on. Why wouldn't you do this? You know, it's like very like full of, I don't know, order and like taking charge, but within light. Like directing people, something like that. I'm seeing a white flag. It's like, and people holding all these wands, which is like fire energy, passion, going for it. So it's like you're able to motivate people. Wow. You're able to wow, you're able to get people to commit to the things that they like dream about, like to the things that they aspire to do, or something like that. Like very inspirational, very, it could be in the way that you talk, I don't know, but it's like you say things in such a leadership way that actually motivate people to act, not just like hear or listen, but act. It's like people who are having not sure, or like just not feeling good, not feeling comfortable. You make them feel comfortable. You get them on their path somehow. Wow, that's really beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Pope Joan embodies the truth that all things are possible according to popular, what does it say? Legend? Oh, hell no. Legend. I'm so sorry. Legend. Oh, no. Oh, oof, oof, oof. According to popular legend, there was a female pope who reigned for 3 years in the 9th century. She was a brilliant, highly educated woman who entered the Catholic Church in Rome by cross-dressing as a man so she could be with her lover. Intelligent and quick-witted, she rose through the ranks of the church hierarchy and was eventually elected as the pope. 3 years into her reign, she was in a procession from St. Peter's to the Lateran? I don't know. In a lane once known as Via Sacra, the Sacred Way. Her true sex was dramatically revealed in the middle of the Sacred Way when she gave birth surrounded by a shocked and astounded crowd. One legend says that she was killed immediately and buried on the spot where she had given birth. Another says she lived to do penance for her deception, and her son, who became the Bishop of Ostia, had her entombed with honor in his cathedral when she died. Regardless, her name was removed from the list of popes, and all subsequent cardinals had to sit on the city's Stercoria, a throne with a conspicuous hole in the middle of the seat, to get a confirmation of sex before being named as the next pope. In the 13th century, Jean de Mailly wrote a chronicle that contains the first written mention of an unnamed female pope. This inspired a wildfire of interest that spread throughout Europe. To this day, the legend of Pope Joan is widely believed, especially among Christians. When your soul selects her card, we can so easily get caught beneath the glass ceiling of what we think is possible. But the truth is that everything is possible. It's hard for us to imagine just how much the divine wants for our lives, much more than we could ever hope. Pope Joan reminds us that even if we think that what we want is impossible, it is. Or even better, there is something our soul wants for us that will give us more than we can think to ask for. Pope Joan is a sign to trust in what you believe about yourself. Trust that's within you. Don't rely on what you see around you. Have faith. Know that the circumstances you are currently in are transformed from within. Begin to believe in a vision of your life. Cultivate the capacity to see it. Can you shut up? Oh my God. To really imagine it with all your senses, and you will live into the day when it exists as a reality that now surrounds you. Pope Joan's right hand is held in the papal blessing, a Christian mudra of benediction. The two fingers that point downward represent Christ's dual nature as both fully human and fully divine. The human ego is limited and lives beneath a glass ceiling. Joan demonstrates to us, though, that for the soul, the glass ceiling doesn't even exist. Trust in what the soul knows is possible for you. This is what Joan's weary smile reminds us. Soul voice meditation. What helps me remember that all things are still possible for me? Intention. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. I love that. That's so cool. Okay. So 19. Efficiency of the crystal. Larimar? I'm not sure. It is also known as the celestial gemstone. It promotes the evolution of the earth while opening new levels of doors for spiritual functions. It emits love and peace while bringing tranquility and comfort. It helps you enter a deep state of meditation and naturally raise your level of consciousness, leading the body and soul to a new world. It is simple and silent, but it embodies truthful words. Correspondent chakra, the sixth chakra, indigo. It is useful for those who have unique spiritual energy and helps them to get into a profound world. Application in life. You can hold it in your hands or wear it for a long period of time. You may wear it as a jewelry or place it either by your chest or third eye. I feel like that is confirming exactly what we just read, like seeing the unseen. And this is talking about the third eye, which is, you know, being intuitive, visions, you know, psychic. It's like anything can happen, right? This is the manifester. I love it. Okay. Trust the universe. Although your faith may be challenged now, trust the universe. There is a reason for some of the experiences you've been going through recently. There are no coincidences in life, and everything is unfolding perfectly according to the divine plan. Positive opportunities are coming your way. Trust in the process and the path that you are being led down. You will know it is the right path when you experience synchronicities and other signs and wonders. These are messages reminding you to trust the universe. There is no such thing as chance. All is well, all is guided. If you lose an opportunity or feel you have been shut down, know that this is the work of God and angels. It is right for you. If you are wondering where you go from here, know that when you ask the universe for a sign, it will show up the moment you are on the right path. You are being guided by your angels to stop questioning everything that is occurring at this time and let in the miraculous support you deserve. Trust that you are deserving of good experiences because you are, and the universe will deliver them to you. That's funny because I was going to say when I saw you like looking at this roadmap and you were like blocking the cosmos, it's like originally you had something in your head. I said the back of your head. What I was feeling is like you may be more logical, like mindful more so than heart. And it's a weird concept to think about, but it's like if you start thinking from your heart, you start acting in a way that actually is more beneficial to you and others. It's like if you can balance mind and heart, that's like the best version of yourself, truly. You know, much easier said than done, but thinking from your heart is really hard, right? Because it's like that sentence doesn't even make any fucking sense. But it's like it does. It actually does. It means like just being more compassionate towards others and being more understanding. And for those things that you can't be understanding with, it's like, okay, well, try to keep an open mind type of thing. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. It's a very hard concept to really understand, but it's more just like when you think with your heart, it's more like trying to understand why people do the things they do. And what happens when you do that is you're literally understanding the truth. And the truth is that it was nothing personal. We feel like it is because it's our life, right? Which I get because, you know, I do that. But I try not to. I try to think like a little egotistical at times, but just like, okay, well, this person really knew no better, you know, like, and that's not spiritual. That's not holistic. So it's like, don't stay in that mind frame. But it's like, if you get to that point and you could start working from there and then get more holistic and loving and, you know, I remember I did this reading one time for this guy and it's like, this person was coming through and it's like, it looked like he was really hurt about something. And it turned out it was a family member that really hurt him. And he just doesn't know how to forgive him. And I was like, well, like what was coming through is that this person truly did know no better. It's like how they were raised, you know, to look out for oneself. And it's like, if you're raised like that as a child and your brain isn't fully developed, it's like, you know, since you're coming through as somebody who's more methodical and like thinking more, thinking, well, then think of it that way then, you know, like it's almost as if like you think with your heart when you're hurt. You know what I mean? It's like that is not going to benefit you because that's not truth. That's really not truth. The truth of the matter would be is looking at something in a logical way. How is that person raised? What's their backstory? What are they limited to understanding? What is their belief system? You know, and it's like what would be illogical would be taking that personally. And that's the truth. But we have trouble with that because of our ego and how we were raised. It's a really hard thing to work through. So just keep that in mind. And that's all I got for you, pile one. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. And I'm sending you love and light. Bye. Okay, pile two. Ooh. 1, 2. Ooh, hey, no. One more time. All right. Oh, nope. All right. What are we asking? How did the childhood you have affect you in a way? Okay. Hi, pile two. Okay, so I already shuffled. So let's see what happened during childhood that affects you now. That doesn't really, you know, serve you well. Let's see. 2 cards, please. What childhood wounds in regards to their Chiron placement? What are these things that affect pile 2 now? Happiness. Ugh, well, that sucks. Come on, just the one. Okay, we're gonna take a break. All right, so with this card, how did the childhood you have affect you in a way that does not serve you now? Okay, so it affects your happiness. Now let's see in your life currently, how does this affect you? How does this play out? Just one card. Ooh, fire ant. I really did feel like this card wanted to come out as I was shuffling. It kept like coming out. I kept seeing it. So fire ant in reverse. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to channel. What happened in your childhood that currently affects you now? I feel like I'm seeing the number 8. I'm seeing the lights like form a pathway and shine on like a big flower, but it's kind of see-through, so it's like not there. And where there's supposed to be nurturing, like pollen in the middle, it's really just not there. So I'm picking, and then there's tons of people. There's nurturing there. It's like you didn't get the nurturing aspect or energy that you needed while growing up. this isn't to say that it's like there wasn't love growing up, but it's like you didn't get, you know, that nurturing mom, or even the dad, you know, but let's just, the nurturing mom, you know, she's loving, she's giving, she's warm. It's like, it's coming through that it's like, there's a big, like there's a light shining on this for you. It's like, because you didn't get this, you have this habit of nurturing others. Like I'm seeing tons and tons of people. I'm seeing this big ass flower with the nurturing energy on them. So it's like, you may want this so bad that subconsciously you overgive. You may overgive, and not only that, it's like people may not want this, or they take advantage of this, something like that. I'm seeing somebody afraid, like hiding under their bed. I'm getting like the half black, half white energy, like something's imbalanced in regards to your shadow and light attributes. It's like you're afraid, because I see like a cat trying to, like the cat sees you under the bed and does that playful thing with their paw where they tap you, and you're there and you're kind of like just looking sad. Like you let them tap you, but it's like you don't play back. So you may be scared to open up, something like that. I feel like I'm seeing almost like, I don't really know what this is, but something that's symbolic of like a hamster and a ball. Like you protect yourself by keeping a distance between you and other people. And you see this, and there's something about this that makes you sad. It's like it's like almost like you want to share, but then the shadow comes through. It's like you want to, but you feel defeated, like nobody cares, so you don't even bother. So it's like you could see something of interest, and it's like you have difficulty moving on it, like getting out from under the bed. I'm picking up on like a scaredy cat type of energy, like seeing something but not being sure if you should be open to it. But you see that like others are social, something like that, but you just stay under the bed, but wanting to do that, but afraid. Something about if you speak, it's like it'll hurt. It's like if you open up and you speak your truth or something like that, it's like you're afraid. It's like if you open up about your fears, there's like this fear that something about your heart, it'll get broken or something like that. If you put yourself out there. I'm gonna open my eyes. Okay, so let's read what this is about. Okay, fire ant. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, thoughtful, disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was seeing. It's more like I felt like everything was happening on the inside, like rigid thinking, which then brings you to aggression. Because so they say right here, fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's like because you keep everything inside, I felt like I saw your mind, like the top of your mind, like bring out all this black smoke. And then when it cleared up, it's like I saw your heart somehow. And it's like it started like shattering. It's like because you keep everything inside, it just like you could get aggressive and just blow up because of this rigid thinking that kind of builds up aggression. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those. Wait, hold on. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. So it's like there was this there was like this energy of if you open up, it's like these people won't care. And you may be onto something, but it's like it's saying you find yourself with other people or situations that add on to your insecurities. So it's not that you're necessarily wrong. It's more like because you're already in this negative mindset that nobody cares, it's like you are literally manifesting people that may actually not care. And because of this, it's like you actually do keep it all inside. And then once you see it actually happening like you thought, it's like you blow up. It's like all your everything you were thinking comes to light. And that's what I was actually seeing. Black smoke clearing away and then seeing this like broken heart. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. So it's like there may be a few people that you feel are doing this, because I saw several different energies that you were watching that like wanted to, play with you. Like, when I say play, remember you were like this dog under the bed and there was a cat, And then I saw these other animals that kept just like going on the bed waiting for you to come out. So it's like gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. See, that means if you're already feeling this way about these people, something's not right. There is this energy, there is this misaligned energy. It's like what you're picking up on isn't wrong, but yet you're still not walking away from it. So it's like you're stewing on the inside. So you're doing this like this repetitive pattern, so to speak, where it's like a ticking bomb. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? So it's like you almost think that, how can you break free from the drama and cool down? So I see you separating yourself, right? It's like you're watching all these things, but you're still thinking about these things. I don't see you interacting with these things. Remember, it's like at one point you turn into, I don't know, maybe a hamster in a ball. Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Thoughtful, disciplined. Argues, excess heat, gossips. So it's like, so this came out in reverse, right? So whatever happened in childhood, you didn't get like this nurturing energy that you needed, right? Because there was a light shining on this. So it's like I saw you giving this nurturing energy to a bunch of other people, but this came in reverse. So it's like because you didn't get this, and because you give this to others, it's like you want it back in return. So because you didn't get this growing up, you then argue. Excess heat, gossips. It's just more of a feeling like you can't get the nurturing energy that you're giving out there. So I'm just going to go off my intuition now. So whatever happened in childhood, maybe it wasn't a happy childhood. Maybe there were parts that were happy, but whatever this is that's coming through, it affects you in a way where it's like you give the energy you didn't get, but subconsciously in hopes that you'll get it back. And it's like, that's not how it works, right? You're supposed to be giving this nurturing energy to yourself, and then that is what attracts other people who will then give that back to you. But it's like you could be giving this nurturing energy possibly to people who don't even want it. But I got to be honest with you, all these people, it was like tons of light. So it's like this was like the pollen in the vision. It's like they were taking, but it's like they're not showing up for you in the end. So it's imbalanced. It brings out your shadowy traits. It makes you explode because it's imbalanced. You're not getting back what you're giving, but you're over giving. Okay. Let's pull another card. What's another thing from childhood that affects you today? Due to your Chiron placement. Another placement. It's another thing. All right, I'm just going to pick a card because nothing's coming out. Empowerment. Oof. Okay. Let's get a clarifier. Oop. Ah, Zeus. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm seeing like, oh. Okay, so this is why. Okay. So I'm feeling like sun energy. I'm feeling radiant. I'm feeling happiness, but there's a strong stipulation with this. It follows Saturn's energy. Saturn, karma. It's like something happened during childhood where a part of you died. It's like a part of you was like told something about like stay in this bubble, because I see you like trapped in this bubble in your hand. Like I see you doing this, like you want out, and you see this path, and everybody's on this path, but it's like you can't go. It's like you're restricted. It's like you couldn't do the things that resonated with you. Like maybe you were told this is wrong, this isn't right. So it's like it held you back. It held you back from feeling like you can achieve things. Like I'm seeing a door, and it's like there's so much light with this door, but it's like you can't reach the doorknob. So it's like you try to figure out ways to reach the doorknob. It's like being committed to growing so you can gift yourself, something like that. It's like you were told how to think, what was right, what was wrong, and it's like these things didn't align with who you really were growing up. So therefore, I'm going to open my eyes. It's like it kind of forced you to be something you weren't. And it's like now, it's like you kind of have this tough life lesson to figure out who you are, because this brings you your own power, like who you really are. It's like whoever you really were, you were told either that that's not who you really are, or you were told, you were made to believe that something's wrong with you, or this isn't good, you have to be like that. It's like you were told who to be. And it's like, it really wasn't who you were. So it's like now how this plays out is it affects you by being who you really are. And by being who you really are, there's like so much light. It's like doors open for you. The path is easy sailing, but it's like getting from there to there. It's like almost like Saturn's energy as a child. Okay, eagle. What the hell? Oh, I'm looking. I thought, sorry, never mind. Never mind. I was looking in the wrong place. All-pervading power, truth seeker transforms karma. The noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. The great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. When the eagle appears, you'll soon be thrown into the karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think, eagle child. When in balance, bright, radiant, challenges. When out of balance, controlling. To bring into balance, step into the unknown. It's like not knowing who you really are may have made you controlling in some type of way, because I saw you like trapped in this bubble and like your hand was up against the glass, I don't know, bubble, and it's like you saw this path and it's like you couldn't get to it, but you saw it and you wanted it. So it's like something in your childhood made you feel like somebody else controlled your life. Like you couldn't think for yourself, you couldn't believe in the things you wanted to believe in, something like that. And it's like, you know, you can look up, I think there's a calculator, Saturn calculator, because I'm seeing Saturn in childhood strongly. And it's like now this affects you because so when out of balance, right, controlling, you may feel this need that you may have a problem with like authority or anyone who you think is trying to control you, because subconsciously it's like you may not even realize it's because this type of feeling hurt you growing up, that something was wrong with you, and it's like you don't want to feel that something's wrong with you and that you're being controlled and that someone's trying to make you go a certain way. So it's almost like rebelling, you know? It's like you're meant to rebel, but in a radiant, bright type of way, because being controlling is not a positive characteristic, it's negative. But it's like you may have been controlling or control subconsciously because you felt like you had no control over your own life. So it's like now you try to because that's what we do with our inner child wounds. We try to solve the problems that we couldn't solve as a child. So it's like we do this subconsciously and we don't even realize it. So you may come off really controlling because you felt like you had no control in your life growing up. And it's like you're meant to